Welcome back. Designer Hilton Hollis is back in Mississippi this morning for a trunk show of his latest work. He joins us now with a peek at some of the different looks from his spring collection from Maison Weiss. Great to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And we said you're back in Mississippi because you are from Natchez.
I am. I was actually born in Natchez, but I grew up in Carthage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now you live in New York City.
I do. I live on the Upper West Side of New York, and my office is right in the Fashion District in the heart of Manhattan.
So you made it as a designer. You've captured so many hearts because so many people want to do what you do.
Well, what is making it anymore?
That's true.
I've achieved so much at a young age, and I'm always pleased to, reach certain milestones. But every season, I feel like I've accomplished something more. So it's always a good thing.
Well, I can tell you this: if you're on the Fox 40 News Morning Show, that means you've made it.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about your new line.
Well, it was inspired by ethereal angels, the whole concept of floating in space and lightweight fabrics that kind of float beyond the clouds. It was actually inspired by a whole series of concerts that the MoMA did in New York, and specifically Anthony and the Johnsons, which is a beautiful artist out of Denmark. So his music just really inspired me this season.
And I would love to see some of what you've got here.
Yes. Well, Adriana, if you'll come out, Adriana, she is wearing our cotton sateen that's printed. It's a black and white graphic print, very abstract, very modern. If you'll turn, Adriana, and see the peplum on the back. So the whole idea of floating and beyond the clouds, and this whole idea of kind of an ethereal, organic approach to fashion. The pant that she's wearing is a beautiful tech fabric out of Italy. All of my fabrics come from Italy, Spain, and France. They're made in our factories in Hong Kong, and I have my business partner in Hong Kong who's been running the factory for 35 years. So you can imagine how technical and how unique that combination is.
Yes.
Because they're trained in a very traditional Hong Kong tailor kind of way.
That's a gorgeous outfit.
Thank you.
Perfect for work, and I can see it also you can step it down a little bit and make it more casual. Put
Absolutely.
On a pair of flats, right?
You could throw on a pair of black jeans with it and a little flat, and it's perfect.
Love
and
it.
Actually, the t-shirt that she's wearing underneath, if you'll unbutton your jacket, you can see the t-shirt is just a little beautiful lace out of Italy.
Oh, I love
and
that.
It's got a cute little sleeve. That's another thing that people love about my fashion is that I do sleeves with dresses. Today I'm actually showing a couple dresses that don't have the jacket with them just because I wanted to show them as they are.
All right.
But a lot of my pieces do have sleeves for the dresses and sleeves to cover the upper arm, which a lot of women have a problem with.
All right. I know we got to move on, so
Okay.
let's bring in number 2.
And this is Antoinette. Antoinette actually works at Maison Weiss. I worked at Maison Weiss about 17 years ago,
Okay.
and she was actually one of my favorites there. And Antoinette is wearing this beautiful jacquard out of the northern part of Italy. I've paired it back to this white ponte that you'll see the paneling on the side. And what I love about that is it actually slims the body out and it gives you this elongated look. I mean, of course, she's already 6 foot tall, but it's on any person, it looks so good. And
Sure
it gives you a
does.
nice, long, lean figure.
And I like the length. That's the perfect length right there,
It really
just above
is.
the knee.
And that's what I always do. That's kind of my standard.
Yes, perfect. All right. And now this next blue, I really like this next blue.
Yes, so this is Tara, and Tara is wearing this beautiful textured fabric, again, out of Italy. Tara is fantastic. She's modeled for me for the last 6 or 7 years here in Jackson. And it's got this great peplum detail at the back, and it's a split kind of detail that you can see, almost like a men's tuxedo with the tails.
Oh, yeah.
So I wanted to do something that was very, very beautiful and refined, and I just love the neckline of this also. See how it has a very narrow kind of shoulder line?
I do see that.
I love the shoulder of a woman, I think, is one of the most beautiful parts, and the décolleté area, like the collarbone. So I always love to show that while on the garments.
That's fabulous. And again, I do like the lines on that. It just
Absolutely.
really looks good. It just drapes her hips very, very nicely.
Yes, and as you can tell, it really like brings in the eye at the waistline. So even if you're a size 10, 12, 14, it really gives you a defined waistline. And I think that's one of the problems that women have is they think if they're over a certain size, they have to wear things that are a little bit more square and baggy.
Yeah.
But if you have a well-made garment and well-tailored, you can wear anything, really.
Got it. And again,
Yeah.
that's a color I need to add to my wardrobe. I love that.
Thanks.
Tell us about the trunk show, when and where?
So today and tomorrow at Maison Weiss. The clothes will actually be there on Saturday as well. I will not. I'll be going back to New York. But yeah, come out and see us at Maison Weiss in
Sounds
Highland Village.
wonderful. All right. Well, thanks
Okay.
for coming. That
Thank
was
you
a
so
great
much.
segment. I love to see spring fashions coming out.
Thanks.
And coming up on Fox 40 Morning News, Brandon will introduce us to the owner of a new restaurant opening right here in the heart of Jackson.